The Portal games have been a huge inspiration to me and influenced the development of my first release, Duality. But now I want to create my first VR game, and I am yet again looking at Portal for their story, puzzle, narrative, and taking legally debatable inspiration. Since we can't exactly use portal guns though, we're gonna have to get a little creative. Anyways, there are videos to be made and I'm falling behind, so sacrifices must be made. Alright, I've set out to make this game with my friend Christian's idea of somehow translating projectile vomit into a game mechanic. That said, I welcome you to our brand new project, Chunks. First, we need to start by making your actual vomit. I've never done any fluid simulations before, and it would be pretty taxing for a VR game. So let's explore a bit of Unity's built-in particle system. You can control emission by shape, and I used a cone to kind of admit how, I didn't really want to look up a reference for this kind of thing, so I'm just gonna guess that this is okay. So I might be getting a little carried away, but we can't really vomit on an empty stomach, so let's add some internal organs. For now, all food really contains is the amount it takes up, and its color. But in the future, we can add weird properties like how sticky it is if it's cotton candy, or bounciness if it's rubber. I don't know why you would want to eat something like rubber, but hey, if you have a puzzle idea, go ahead and invent it for me, because there's nothing more I love than free community input and feedback. Alright, so it looks pretty and changes color according to what you eat, but now it's time to make it actually useful, besides remind me that my new groceries could potentially kill me. Alright, think I'm holding my mic right. You know me, I'm a sexy, 6 foot tall, masculine, manly man, but this button it's too high. I don't know how I'm gonna press it. Well, might as well just eat my depression away. Oh god. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Boom! First ever puzzle solved by projectile vomit. I think. Someone contact Guinness, I want my world record. But anyways, as the game is a story game, I have been thinking about the story, and so far, oh god, I think my mic wires tank. Hold on. There we go. And so far, I'm rolling with the calling ship on its long trek to a new habitable planet. The AI becomes sentient, and after a while, out of curiosity, it tries to replicate human emotion, and in turn, learns how to be bored. And so, after a few hundred years of being really bored, it starts putting the colonists that are in cryo sleep into simulations to experiment on them. And then each colonist gets, assigned some random thing like portal guns or dimensional switching abilities, but you end up with what it thinks is still just another normal thing humans do, projectile vomiting. Ooh, I think I just ate the colony ship. Well, that was a fun game. Cool. God, this brings me back. These were some of the very first models I ever created inside Blender, including these planets. So here I've really started to plan out the progression of the first level. We start off with really basic interactions like raising your right hand or pressing a button. It's basically so simple that the player can't fuck up. That's the importance I realized or learned from Duality, was you have to assume that this is the first VR game that the person's playing. The whole first room is just dedicated to raising your hand and pressing a button. And then the next room introduces you to the main game mechanic, not even showing you how to do it or examples, just telling you in text form. Next room, you get introduced to a single piece of food and you're told to eat it. Then after you eat that single piece of food, then it gives you more food. After you eat that, it tells you, please, projectile vomit, but not to solve a puzzle or anything complicated, just telling you to do it. As a developer, you pretty much play your game 100 times every day while making it and tinkering, constructing this experience, and you get very quickly good at beating your own game. So it's really easy to forget what's hard, what needs to be taught. And this just further highlights the real vast importance of playtesting. My brother's broken it in so many ways I didn't even think possible. Like, you know, before the button was finished raising out of the floor, he stood on it and it stopped for whatever reason. One of my friends, Blake, after hearing about the idea, sent me a bunch of concepts for levels, and I've chosen one of them in particular to tell you about. The basic idea is there's a cat inside of a cage, and it's slowly being lowered into lava. You have to clog the pulley system by projectile vomiting sticks into the gears, and then, you know, cool off the lava somehow and let the cat out safely. The idea behind these levels, and even the main game mechanic, is that the AI is grossly misinterpreting things about humans and Earth, but in a funny way. But anyways, I have lots more I want to show you, like my adventures into light map denoising and some level designing with a bit of that programmy stuff, but this is where our journey must adjourn. Adjourn? Until next week. I hope I made your day a little more awesome. Next time you get the chance, maybe do the same for someone else, and the world will be that much happier, all thanks to you. See you next time, guys.